I know. Topher, it's about damn time you put up some content on the Hater Nation channel. What have you been doing? Well, I've been getting used to the game. And to be completely honest, that's all I've been doing, is getting used to the game. Because this game is a lot different than any other game that I've played. It feels like MW3, but at the same time, it is totally different from MW3. They've put some elements in, such as like strike packages and stuff like that, but it's a different game. It's a totally different way to play. If you don't know, this is Stonehaven. This is probably, I think this is the largest map in the game right now. And this is on 360. And I'm using the MS, and I can't remember the number, marksman rifle with an ACOG and a silencer on it. And I do start out kind of slow in this gameplay, so I do apologize, but it does tend to pick up. And this gameplay is fitting because you can't get discouraged starting off on a new game. You can't. And that's what I want to talk about. You kind of feel alone when you start a new game. Okay, and for me, I'm going to give you my perspective on starting a new game, especially a new Call of Duty game. When you first start out, you don't know where all the spots are at on the map. You don't know where you're going to get seen from. You don't know where they're going to spawn. So you have to give these things time. It's a learning curve. You have to give yourself time to get used to the game. Before you rule it out, and you curse it, and you bury it in the ground or break the disc or whatever, give yourself time to get used to the game. And in this game is when I really started to get used to it. I kind of got shit on right there. I really started to open up and know the map and learn the map and learn where people can come around on me and where they're going to spawn in at. And I really did pretty good on this game. New games are always going to be that way. They're going to give you frustrations. They really are. But you have to work through it. And part of working through that is working through it with a group of guys. Now, I am playing solo on this game. Just because nobody was really on. It was a time of day that there wasn't really a lot of people in Hater Nation or in the Chaos crew that were online at this point. So I decided just to start roaming around. Run solo for a bit and run some solo chaos, which is what I did. I basically took over this game and made sure my team was going to win. Because it is TDM. If you're not getting your team kills, you're not doing your team any good. And that's what I started to do. My first impressions about the game, dogs are easy to get and they're kind of OP. I'm going to call it what it is. The dog is an OP kill streak. It really is. Although I have knifed a dog, which I thought was pretty cool. And I did knife a dog twice. And then get shit on by the dog. And I don't know what was going on there. The game's fairly new. So there's going to be patches. There's going to be updates. They're going to be moving things around. A lot like what they did in Black Ops 2 by moving kill streaks out a little bit. But you got to get used to the way it's going to be. I mean, if you're going to roll pub lobbies, this is what you have to expect. Now in Stonehaven, backside castle right here, we call this cliff. This is a very popular spot if the enemy team is in the castle. You really have to watch out because there's a long line of sight here. And that brings me to point 2. Lines of sight in this game are key. It's not a real good game to rush on, especially in TDM, because the game's new. Everybody's camping, trying to figure things out. So you have to take your time. You have to watch your corners. When you come up to a corner, like here, I'm looking downrange because I know I can get seen right there. Then I look down the next lane, right here, and over, and I'm scanning as I come around here to check the corner and come through here. I'm just looking for bodies. Looking for bodies that don't have a name above them. Because those are the bodies that are going to shoot at me. And you've got to hide yourself behind cover. Cover is everywhere in these games. And no matter what cover you're in, there's a way to get shot from it. So you have to be aware of that. You also have to use sound. I cannot express enough how much this game is about sound. If you're not using a headset and you're playing this game on your TV, you're really not giving yourself the full experience of this game and what it could possibly give you. This game has a lot of sound, a lot of things that can happen that you can hear even without having the awareness perk, which I can't remember exactly what it is. I know it looks like a boot with like a symbol next to it, like an exclamation point. But even without that, you can still hear things, you know, quite far. So you got to use those tools to do well. You know, and you've got to let your kill streaks, like this chopper that I got out of the care pack, you got to let your kill streaks really do their work. One suggestion I'm going to make, and I know that I called it a dog. If you're running on a map alone and you're purposely on TDM pushing spawns or getting into the spawn in order to make people come at you in order to get your kills, do not call in a dog. I know the dog's fun, and yay, Riley's gonna, you know, tear somebody to shreds. But the dog can give you away, and it's given me away a couple times. I've actually taken it off of a couple of my classes that that I call infiltration classes, where I actually go into the enemy's spawn points and try to get kills because the dog's gonna give away my position. The dog stays around you until there's an enemy around you, or you get shot and the enemy's near you. When you get shot, then that dog will actually go after the enemy. So it's not a very good kill streak if you're trying to stay stealthy and there's a dog just sitting there and you're sitting still. I mean, it's giving your position away. So you got to think about things like that. A couple other things that you want to know about Stonehaven. I love the map. There's a lot of different lines of sight towards the castle. There's places and nooks and crannies for everybody to hide. You've got to know which way they're going to spawn. Like this guy right here. I don't know what the heck he was doing, but as you can see, I'm basically using the map and using my surroundings to help me figure out where the kills are going to come from. And as far as the game in general, you know, I'm going to admit it was kind of frustrating at first. I do have some other videos that will be coming up that will be some other gameplay that you'll kind of see me doing a little bit better at. And I do have a montage that I'm currently working on that I got some really insane sniper kills. I do have the Bush Wookie in full effect in this game, which really does help me out. The Bush Wookie itself, as far as camouflage on maps like this, is good because you can hide in grass. In other maps, it's not so good. Like the map that I can't even think of the name, but it's a factory and there's a glass roof and there's things going on everywhere. You see a bush laying on the ground, obviously you're going to shoot at it because it's not in its natural environment. You know, if you're in an urban area and there's a bush on the side of a wall just laying there doing nothing, you're going to shoot at it. So the Bush Wookie aspect is good on most of the maps that have foliage and stuff like that you can blend in with. It's not good to use all the time. Unless you just want to be an insane Yeti trying to knife people and do crazy shit like I like to do, then I wear it all the time. But another tip that I can give you is Incog. Incog is probably the best perk, I think, in the game because it keeps you off of radar. It keeps you off of the thermal. Keeps your name from populating when they aim at you or they look in your direction. That mixed with dead silence is probably one of the best that I can honestly say in the game. I run Incog all the time now. I'm actually addicted to it. Unless I'm running like Blitz, then I'll take it off. Blitz is another game. I'm gonna actually put my next video is gonna be a Blitz game where just insane things that I'm doing. I'm like literally sliding past 3 people that are looking down sights at me and scoring. I mean, just insane shit. You know how this channel rolls. You know how I like to do things here. I like to put up crazy things that you don't normally see. I could come up with a sniper montage video all day long if I wanted to, but that's not what I like to do. I like to show embarrassing shit. I like to show people getting embarrassed. 44 and 29, I end up going. Yeah, that's not a bad time right there, is it? Yeah. And I kind of shit on this guy with the IMS. By the way, messing with Sasquatch, that is right. In order to get that, you have to knife somebody that is wearing a Bushwickie outfit. Just a heads up. Till next time.